to the topics. I'm Adrian Stewart, and with me today, Valerie McKinsey and our very outspoken and regular guest to our show, as well as good-looking guy with no socks, Tom Crusoe. As we did last week, we start off the program by following up on topics that we spoke about with some interesting news. So let's address the rice issue first. What happened with the rice issue last week was some petitioners from the NIDA Institute actually went to court. Now the court has actually now turned that down. They have rejected it. And they have said that they will now go to the people. I don't know what that means by them going to the people to actually present their ideas on what this policy, this rice pledging scheme is all about. Val, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is they actually not rejected the pledging scheme. What they rejected is they said they can't handle this particular case. It's not under their jurisdiction.
Yeah, because
I think that's
the people who were complaining were not directly affected by the rice pledging scheme itself.
But you know, let's go back to last week's program where Tom went to lengths to say, look, it shouldn't be called the rice pledging scheme, point one. And secondly, I think that people still don't understand what it is really all about. And quite frankly, I think people don't care. You know, I really don't think people care. The only reason they're going to care is when it hits them in the pocket, when it costs them more money, when it costs them more to buy.
Guys, like I said at the beginning, right, I think the courts did the right thing this time, right? Thai courts usually meddle into things they have no idea about.
Right now they're meddling into the 3G auction.
Yeah, you know, and the Thai courts on this one, I think, made the right call, which is it's nothing under my jurisdiction, throw it back out, right? This is a subsidy. It's not a pledging. Pledging means when you pledge something, you have the rights to take it back, right? The Thai farmers are not going to go and take their rice back.
Sure.
Right? Sure. So they're getting money. But as I said again, I'm in favor of this scheme. A lot of people are saying it's a bad scheme. A lot of money is going to be spent, wasted on, you know, things that are not necessary. Look, it is necessary. You need to keep the farmers in Thailand happy.
But Tom, are we really keeping, I mean, if you talk to the
Of course
rice...
you are.
But hang on, if we talk to the Rice Exporters Association, they'll say those that have...
The Rice Exporters Association are losing money on this.
Yes, they are.
Because they are the middleman. Now the government is actually taking that role. So I'm very skeptical on what the Thai Rice Exporters Association is saying, right? Because you're taking the authority away from them, right? And again, I want to be clear here. You're putting $10 to $20 billion US into the economy. That's where it's going. It's not, okay, people are saying it's going to the middleman. It's going to it's not getting down to the farmers. But as I stated last time, right, if I gave you $10, Adrian, you're not going to give out.
We know that. But you know what the government should actually do, in my opinion, is actually be open about the scheme and actually communicate it.
It needs to be point by point by point.
Exactly.
The trouble is there's always people who will actually speculate on this is being said and this is being said. I mean, we had Kun Kittirat come out and say, you know, at least now this is for the betterment of the poor farmers.
Okay, the intention is good. The intention is good.
Look, I think what Tom says is true. The intention is excellent. What we're doing or what they're trying to do, it boosts the economy and all that sort of thing. But my argument still is that the smaller farmer is still not benefiting. So
the smaller farmer is benefiting.
Could benefit more, perhaps.
Could benefit more.
Sure.
Okay, I don't disagree with that.
And that's why they're not the actual smaller farmers are not as happy. So you've got this groundswell coming from beneath as well.
And from the opposition.
Kun Waranai, the esteemed Bangkok Post writer, good friend of ours, actually wrote a very good article on this last week. And it's very clear. Let's be blunt where blunt needs to be said, right? This is a political issue. The Pheu Thai party needs to keep its base happy.
That's right.
Its base is the agro people of Thailand, right? By the way, just to be fair, the Dems did this too. They just called it. We have subsidized our farmers for years, right? Okay, I don't disagree. Obviously, there are some issues out there that hasn't been clarified.
Yeah, so clarify it, right?
So let's send the message out, right? Like Kun Bun Song this morning, the Ministry of Commerce came out and said, well, we have sold these rice to China. We have sold these rice to Ivory Coast.
Yeah, but
then it's in secret.
Yeah, we can't review where we sold it.
Guys, politicians.
Yeah.
There is no secret.
Let the people know a bit.
Let the people know.
So that there won't be, put an end to all this speculation.
So a message to all the people at Pheu Thai.
Concerned parties.
We are very supportive.
But
you
talk about it properly.
You should subsidize farmers because I actually want to be able to eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
Without this subsidy, there will be no rice. just explain to us the entire detail, and people will be happy, and we'll move forward. You know, Adrian came up with a great name for this last week, right? Which is the fund to what?
Feed farmers.
To feed our farmers, to save our farmers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm all for it, right? I'm all for it. I'm never going to go out there and farm. I don't know how to farm rice, so somebody do it for me. I'll just eat. Is that okay?
So let's move on. We were all prepared for what was it called? Tropical storm, depression, Gangnam.
Gangnam.
Okay,
I'm
so
still with Gangnam.
Right, it came and it went, and there was
Isn't
no
it
real
still
storm.
here?
There wasn't real storm. No, it's gone.
Storms at my place last night.
There was no real storm, right? So, you know,
I spent the entire month not wearing socks because I was preparing for the flood.
We had warnings. We had warnings from our science minister to stay at home during the weekend.
Look, truly,
right?
Somebody's got to really. There are certain people you have to keep quiet. I'm sorry to say. Look, both Tom and I were badly affected by the flood last year.
Right.
Very badly. We lost a lot of our homes and so on. But reality is, when you come out and you say something that makes sense. Don't tell people to leave their homes. There's going to be fishermen. You know, this is also part of our economy. Fishermen, don't go out and fish because you know what? There's going to be 4 and 5 meter waves. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so you know, he was trying to be helpful, was he? Or
you know what? There's one
thing. What was
thing.
he trying to do?
Think first.
Okay.
You know, may I defend our esteemed Minister of Science Technology, Kun Ploppersop, okay? The comment was, look, there's this big storm coming. You know, people should take precaution, stay home. You know, if you don't have to go out somewhere. Guys, have you ever said anything to the media and it comes out exactly the way you want it to be said? People take things and blow it up. Imagine if the guy didn't say that and the storm did come and people were stuck out in the traffic and fishermen were to drown. Look, I'm going to go on the side of caution here, right? And
I'm
say,
shocked.
Look,
I can't
I'm
believe.
going to go on the side of caution here.
I can't believe what's coming for your
Look. The only reason, right, that it didn't happen was because Gangmi or whatever.
Gami, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep calling it Gangnam style because that's my word now. Okay, my word is Gangnam now. Okay, decided to shift. Shift path.
No, but
right?
but it did have some effect, right? It did have some effect
that
we didn't see.
There's a warning is fine, but I don't think you have to go to the extent.
I don't know if, again, I put this on, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. That what he probably said was, look, there's a storm coming, right? People should stay home, take precaution. I don't know what the Thai newspaper reporter actually heard and wrote.
It reported that we should stay home or consider staying home for 3 or 4 days.
And you know,
what does that do to the economy, for heaven's sake? I mean, this is just nonsense. How many extra holidays did we get last year?
It was a weekend. People are supposed to stay home. Is it better? Is it
go
better?
Shopping, right, in the malls during the weekend.
The economy, damn, I forgot.
Should we not side with caution?
Okay.
Yes, we should
caution.
side with caution. Okay.
Let's move on caution, right? You know what happened? They released a lot of water from the dams. And do you know what happened? They flooded certain areas.
Exactly.
So there were some provinces, Ratburi, I think, Ratburi,
Ubon Ratchathani,
they are flooded because too much water was released from the dams in preparation.
But what warning did they give these provinces?
Yeah.
I want to say something about the flood to all people who lives in Thailand, all right? It floods in Thailand.
And has for years.
Okay.
We go, but you know why? Because we don't fix the problem.
No, we need NASA. We need NASA to study weather patterns and give us proper information.
You know what we need to do?
No, NASA.
We need to build more dams. First and foremost, let's finally understand. It floods in Thailand because we're in a low-lying area. There's a thing called the Pacific Ocean.
And the sand belt.
Okay, and the sand belt. Look, every time any government, whether it's Pheu Thai, Democrat, Chat Thai, Chat Patana, wants to build a dam, you have these NGOs going out there saying, no. Guys, if you don't build dams, you're going to get floods. First thing. 2, look, we got to have a water management policy that's finally put in place. Let's go out and hire a Holland guy. Let's go out and hire a Belgian guy, or let's hire. We got to do this.
Well,
but what I find most surprising is Thai people go, "Oh my God, there's a flood." People, wake up! It floods in Thailand.
All right. This time, did you observe that the BMA was actually prepared? They had crews waiting. They had pumps on standby. There was this Lat Prao junction. There were a lot of.
You mean there was one place
and that came about because Minister Prapasop says, "Be prepared."
Okay, I don't know about that one.
Just to finish off on that, but just also know that Thailand also has droughts because we don't have enough water in the dams.
Yep.
in this same story about the storm, it says going to have drought. We have droughts on a regular basis.
I'm not running for Bangkok governor. I'm going to tell people now, okay, how do you stop flooding? One, let's make a decision. We got to build dams.
Sure.
We got to do it. I know that dams environmentally has a negative effect, but an overall flooding of this magnitude has a much more damaging effect than building a dam. Two, in Bangkok itself, we got to start building, canal doors, dikes, these minor dams at these canals that we have. We got to do that, right? Three, our pipes are horrible, right? We have either got to expand the pipes, and to be fair, people stop throwing things into the pipes.
Yep.
Yeah,
and last but not least, bring proper experts if needed.
That's right, and bring proper experts. But
proper ones who won't give
I'll tell you how you start saving.
Exactly.
For one plastic bag that you let into a sewer, that darn thing stops the flow of water. So look, it's not hard to stop a flood, but the first thing is you have to decide, we will flood. Stop it. It's not Chicken Little with the sky is falling. Guys, sad to say, the sky has fallen.
Okay.
Fix the problem.
We have to go for a break now, but we'll continue with this flood drains issue after the break.
Okay.
See you later.